Welcome to another edition of Highliner News. I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Kennedy. As we close the books on another fall sports season, we would like to recognize these athletes for their special awards.
From October 25th to November 9th, students in grades 7 through 12 collected and donated items to the food pantry.
The top two donating classes had a chance to compete in a dodgeball tournament. Riley Miller and Noah Ploggins have the story.
The juniors and seniors donated the most items and got the rights to compete in the tournament. Each class was split into two teams. The first senior team all around dominated the first junior team. This one wasn't even close from the start. The second senior team took care of business when it was their turn, and also took home the win for the senior class of 2018. This was a fun and well-deserved event for the students at VCHS, who donated close to 6,000 items. This is Riley Miller reporting for Highliner News.
VCHS is offering a new resource to students and staff.
Brianna Kunze has the story.
Valley City High School's newest addition is the Highliner Pantry.
It's an extension of the Bridges Backpack Program. It's for kindergarten through 6th grade, and we wanted to expand it into 7th through 12th grade at the high school. So it's on the grounds here of the school in a room so that students have easy access to it.
The pantry has many purposes for the school.
The purpose is to help alleviate hunger for our kids. Some might be in need of a hygiene product. Weekend backpack to help them out. We can order through the Great Plains Food Bank. We get most of our donations through the Bridges Backpack Program, but we've also had Dakota Bank and others help us with food drives that help stock it.
The Highliner Pantry is here for you.
It's available to 7th through 12th grade students and their parents. We're open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 4 for the students, and second Monday of every month in the evening for the families.
This is Brianna Kunze for Highliner News.
On this week's Pursue Your Passion, one student is capturing her love for photography.
Reporter Devin Anderson zooms in on the story.
Rose Zeltinger is focusing in on photography.
I started because I like taking pictures with my friends and taking pictures of them mostly, and I didn't really have a good camera. So I guess I just started using my parents' camera as much as I could, and I really liked it. I love taking pictures of people and seeing their expressions and what they're doing in the pictures, but I also like taking pictures of like landscapes and close-ups of just random things. I love being able to capture a memory that people have, and then they can look back on it and see the experiences that they had.
Rose has a website where you can view pictures she has taken.
It's called My Rose Colored Glasses at smugmug.com. My brothers kind of came up with the idea because they really liked me taking pictures of them for sports, and then they started telling me to take pictures of everyone else on the team, so I did, but I didn't know how to give those pictures to people, so I decided to make a website.
Rose has some tips if you want to plan to start photography.
You're not going to be very good to start out with. If you keep working at it, you'll get a lot better. It just takes time and practice learning how to use the camera and work with lighting.
Reporting for Highliner News, I'm Devin Anderson.
The Fuel Up to Play 60 team is gearing up for another year.
Reporters Macy Schlott and Chaser Atwood have the story.
Fuel Up to Play 60 is a program that encourages a healthy lifestyle through physical activity and through proper nutrition. Some of our activities this year include smoothies before Thanksgiving and our Jingle Bell Run on December 4th.
This program offers incentives like speaking with community officials, meeting NFL players, and ultimately traveling across the country to attend national summits as state ambassadors.
I attended the National Summit in Dallas, Texas in 2014.
I attended the National Summit in Indianapolis, Indiana in 2016.
I attended the National Summit in Chicago, Illinois in 2015 and Minneapolis, Minnesota in 2017.
Anyone can join Fuel Up to Play 60. All you have to do is show up at the meetings and volunteer for different activities that we have.
This is Macy Schlott reporting for Highliner News.
From teaching to hockey coach, Mr. Baclar does it all.
Kennedy Jorson has the story.
Mr. Baclar has been teaching for 20 years. Along with being a teacher, he's involved with many other activities.
This is my 4th year being involved with hockey, the 1st year with the Mites team. Oh, I really enjoy it. I love working with kids. I've always enjoyed coaching. I've coached other sports for almost 20 years now.
Alongside being a hockey coach and teacher, Mr. Baclar commits his time to serving our country.
I've been with the National Guard for 19 years now, so I'll be entering into my, potentially my last year with the National Guard. My favorite part is probably the camaraderie that you build with a lot of the people.
Mr. Baclar's only free time is
when I sleep.
With Highliner News, I'm Kennedy Jorson.
In this edition of Where Are They Now, Hannah Sorensen catches up with retired teacher Mrs. Foth.
I love retirement.
Former art teacher Carol Foth finally has free time to focus on her old hobby, cookie decorating, in her retirement.
I've got different cookie cutters for all seasons, all occasions. I really enjoy doing it. My husband will come in and say, "Don't you ever get tired of doing that?" And I say, "Don't you ever get tired of asking me?"
Mrs. Foth is also able to quilt at her own leisure.
I love to quilt, and I do a lot of quilting at the church. I quilt on my own. I've made many quilts.
She has found a new love for the Wellness Center in her downtime.
I go to Aqua Jog 3 times a week, and I go to yoga twice, and I go up and use the track and some of the equipment, so that's my new adventure. And that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg.
For Highliner News, I'm Hannah Sorensen.
Reese Hushka and Hunter Burchell discuss future plans 2 students have for this week's Senior Spotlight.
Courtney Lloyd and Dawson Dietrich explained to us what their plans are for the future.
I will be attending the University of Jamestown. I chose the University of Jamestown because it's a smaller atmosphere, everything's closer together, and the teachers know you by name, and it just really felt like home when I was there. I will be majoring in criminal justice. I will also be playing basketball. I chose criminal justice because it's always been interesting to me, and I've had family and friends who have been in the law enforcement, and they influenced me.
I'll be going to University of North Dakota, up in Grand Forks. My parents are alumni, and I like the Sioux hockey team up there. Probably something in business. That's where I'm going to go in, is the College of Business. Right now, there's a lot of job openings in business, and I hope to just make a lot of money.
Reporter Abby Slider brings Highliner News a recap and special interview with Governor Doug Burgum during his visit to Valley City.
On November 22nd, Valley City hosted North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. As Burgum continues his term as governor, he furthers his passion and vision for the state of North Dakota.
I had the opportunity to come back to North Dakota. I knew this is a place where I could make a difference, have an impact, and I've never looked back. And of course, this is a wonderful place.
Governor Burgum explained to a closed group in the Vault Coffee Shop about the 3 goals of his campaign known as Main Street Initiative, which he hopes the Valley City community will embrace.
So, first one, workforce development. Second one is healthy, vibrant communities. And the third one is smart, efficient infrastructure.
Education, another important platform for Burgum, continues to work and grow in the state of North Dakota.
Team-based, experiential, hands-on learning experiences, because that's what you need to succeed. If I was going to send one message to all North Dakota students, I would say it's one thing, which is curiosity. Stay curious, keep challenging the status quo. You can be a driver for good, and you can help reshape the future of education in North Dakota.
Reporting for Highliner News, this is Abby Slider.
The sport of dancing is a bit more than pretty outfits and makeup.
Let's kick off this story with London Dietrich.
Most people see dance as just another activity at VCHS, but for these athletes, it's a time-consuming sport that takes year-round dedication.
We do pom, jazz, kick, and hip-hop. They're different through the ways you hit the movements. Pom is more arm muscle, while kick is leg muscle and flexibility. Dance is both physically and mentally challenging. You have to be able to stay flexible while keeping up with choreography. Dance has different physical demands than other sports. We only get 2 minutes to show the judges what we've been working on for the past 10 months.
We don't have to just know the routine, we have to be in sync, have good technique and facials, otherwise we get points docked. We can tell when we have a good performance because we connect on the floor. The hardest part is staying energized through the routine and keeping facials even when you're dead tired. I just think of what's to come and how it's all worth it in the end.
1, 2, 3, BC! For Highliner News, this is London Dietrich.
Highliner News reporter Mackenzie LaRue gives us an inside look at Jefferson Elementary's new and innovative reading program.
This year, the staff at Valley City Elementary Schools are working to implement new ways to encourage reading to young kids.
Well, it all started last year. I started doing reading challenges at Washington School. I created the reading challenges to get them to go above their reading goal, to push them, to challenge them. And so this is the first year I've tried it at Jefferson.
Second and third grade classrooms competed against each other to try and get the most AR points. Winning teachers suited up to determine the real winners.
It is so important. It's important to build that love for reading here, so when they get to Washington, they have to read more and more challenging books. It's more fun for them.
This is Mackenzie LaRue with Highliner News.
Thank you for joining us from Valley City High School for this edition of Highliner News. I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Mackenzie.